Entering the State House tonight, Governor Pence says he will give careful consideration to any bill that's sent to his desk to expand the state's civil rights laws and to include sexual orientation and gender identity. But he's drawing a line for what he won't support. RTV6 State House reporter Katie Hines joins us live to explain. Katie?
Governor Pence says he won't support any bill that diminishes religious freedoms, and Republicans in the legislature say that opens the door to a possible bill that would balance both religious liberty and statewide protections for the LGBT community. But Democrats argue the governor is punting on an issue, avoiding a mess that he helped to create. In front of a joint session of the House and Senate, Governor Mike Pence delivered his fourth and arguably most important State of the State address. He acknowledged a major issue on the table that's not part of his agenda.
Hoosiers don't tolerate discrimination against anybody. And Hoosiers cherish faith.
Pence says there are two factors in the debate over whether to expand the state's civil rights laws.
Now, the question before you, as the elected representatives of the people of Indiana, is whether it is necessary or even possible to reconcile these two values in the law without compromising the freedoms we hold dear.
He says he'll give careful consideration to any bill that's sent to his desk, but
I will not support any bill that diminishes the religious freedom of Hoosiers or interferes with the constitutional rights of our citizens to live out their beliefs in worship, service, or work.
Democrats in the legislature argue he's showing a lack of leadership.
The chief executive that caused this conflagration in the first place completely washed his hands of the entire issue, punted it to the legislature, and cloaked it in some hard-to-understand principles in an effort to simply have the whole matter go away.
But Republicans disagree.
The issue of whether the governor has to stand out there and say, well, I'll do this or I won't do that, I don't agree with that. It's very uncertain where this legislation is going. This issue is morphing as we speak.
Governor Pence made a push for his $1 billion transportation plan, and he made it clear that he wouldn't support a competing proposal as it stands right now from House Republicans that relies heavily on possible tax increases, both on gas and cigarettes. Katie Hines, RTV6.
Our political insiders have been weighing in on tonight's address for nearly 4 hours now. Here's Rafael Sanchez with the final words of the night.
Joining us now, our political insiders, Republican Robert Vane, Democrat Kip Tu. What did you make of the governor's speech, Kip Tu?
Well, I think it's been said before, but I'm going to say it again. I think he punted on RFRA in large measure. I think because he's punting on it, what happens here is that he's coming down on the side of protecting religious freedom rather than ending discrimination in the state of Indiana. And I think it's a missed opportunity, and it hurts the state of Indiana, and it continues to put ideology in front of practicality.
Respectfully disagree with the verb punt. He clearly made it known that he has sympathies on one side of the issue, but he also didn't say that he wouldn't sign anything. So let's see what happens through the legislative process and see if anything reaches his desk. That's what I heard.
Is this going to make the activists now and the corporate institutions here in the city come out again as we saw last spring?
Yeah, I think it will. I mean, we've got several organizations.
The threat of no conventions, the threat of loss of jobs.
All that's premature to the end of the legislative session. Would you agree with that?
Well, until something's signed and passed, I think that that's the case. But I do believe they're going to make their feelings known in the legislative process, as they should. And the fact of the matter is, we've got the NCAA, we've got other big institutions in this city who are impacted by what the laws that are passed or not passed in the General Assembly. And so they have to react to their customer base, they have to react to their employee base, and so it's an important component, and people have to be practical.
I believe the Pence said it best. Religious freedom has to be respected, but let's see what happens through the process. If they can strike the balance, I think he'll be right there.
Our insiders, now back to you.